Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you how I made this fun chocolate-covered pretzel treat using the Heartfelt Stamp Set and the Heart Punch Pack from the new January-June mini catalog. So let me set this aside and we'll get started. Okay, we're going to start by stamping, and I'm going to start with the sentiment because I like to do that first. So I'm going to stamp the Love You Lots using my Flirty Flamingo, and then I'm going to bring in this dotted heart image, and I am going to stamp that around the sentiment. And I love our photopolymer since we can see through them and get lovely little images. I'm then going to bring in my solid heart punch from the punch pack, and I am going to punch this out, simply lining it up and punching. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in my heart doily that comes in an assortment pack and my designer series paper. I love this pattern. I thought it was perfect with all the colors. And I'm going to bring in my pretzels. Now I found these during the holiday season. They're just chocolate covered pretzels. You could make them yourself if you chose to. Okay, I'm going to bring in my triple banner punch, and I'm going to pay attention to what side my hearts are facing because I want them facing right side up when I do this. So I'm going to punch, and then I'm going to lay this so that the punched out portion is on the left. Now at this point, it depends on how you want to attach your pretzels. You can either adhere them down or you can just let them float. I do like to add a little adhesive to my pretzels so that they don't completely move out. And so I'm just going to take a piece of tear and tape here and run it down the center. I'm going to take two small pieces, and I'm going to do this approximately halfway, if you can see that. I'm going to remove the strips. Now one thing I noticed about the pre-packaged pretzels is they slide in the bag, so if you want them even on this designer series paper, you want to make sure they're down at the bottom. And then I'm going to find the flat side of my pretzel and press down gently and do the same with the other. And I'm going to bump them up next to each other. There we go. And now I'm ready to bring over my designer series paper. And I want to touch these 2 points to the edge of the designer series paper. But first I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to curl them slightly. Now I'm going to use 2 mini dimensionals for this because I want a really good adhesion, and these pretzels are pretty thick. So I'm going to put those 2 on the points, bring it around, and I'm going to line up that point and this point and then press. And that'll allow the little heart pattern here to peek out from underneath the pretzels. And at this point I'm going to add my heart. So I'm going to use dimensionals to do that because I know they're nice and secure. Don't you love these minis? They allow us to do so many fun things with them, and you don't have to cut. So I'm going to set that in the center here and adhere, and then I'm going to add a couple more dimensionals to the back of the heart that I stamped earlier, and I'm going to adhere that to the center. Now for the final part here, where I've got this beautiful little accent, I'm going to bring in the heart epoxy accents and the dark real red blend, and I am simply going to color this little heart quickly and allow it to dry with my alcohol marker. It doesn't take long. And then because I colored this with the blend and I'm doing this quickly, I'm going to bring in my paper snips and kind of lift it up and bring in my pretzels here and add that little heart off to the side here. So let me show you the original again. If you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Ginny. And of course, if you don't already have a demonstrator and would like our January-June mini catalog along with our celebration brochure, you can email me your name, address, and phone number, and I'll be happy to mail you one. Thanks for joining me.